1-1 through 2 periods of play as we welcome you back to our second intermission between the Wolves and Cleveland. And prior to tonight's game, Billy sat down with Greg Mucha from Anderson Humane, who bring people and animals together for good.
Thank you, Jason. Greg, first of all, I love this. Animals make us better, isn't that the truth?
That is very true.
That's kind of your motto.
It is. It's one of our things. So our whole philosophy is people and animals together are better. So we try to profess that as much as possible. If you're a pet owner, you understand that concept.
Sure.
One of the things that pets always do is they understand us, they get us, and they love us unconditionally.
Sure.
So in that case, they also teach us compassion, patience, but they also keep us very healthy. That's one other thing that they do. If you're a dog owner, you're out walking your dog all the time, and they say actually if you're petting a dog, it can lower your blood pressure 10 points.
Wow.
So there's a ton of studies that show that.
How exciting is today? You know, you're coming to a hockey game. Anderson Humane obviously has been associated with the Wolves for some time, but how special is it to come to this kind of an event?
Yeah, it's always great because we are able to reach out and connect with so many people that without the Wolves' help, we probably would have never had contact with. It gives us an opportunity to educate people about our organization and also just how important it is to find homes for these animals. These are abandoned animals. There's some that, believe it or not, we're close to being euthanized. And we work with 19 different states across the U.S. to pull all the animals in that would normally have been euthanized. Bring them here, check them out, get them ready for adoption, and find them homes.
Over 50 years, you have been around Anderson Humane, and you've had thousands of animals that you've put in places. 3,900 last year, pets.
Correct.
You were able to place.
Yeah,
that's an amazing number, first of all.
A bigger number the year before.
Is that right?
4,675 the year before.
The pandemic kind of helped in that?
A little bit. The problem with the pandemic, though, is when people were adopting, they were home with the animals all the time.
Sure.
Right? So a lot of people didn't necessarily train the animals the way they should have. So it created a little bit of stress for them when it came time for them to go back to work. But other than that, no, it's a lot of animals. It really is when you think about it.
So let me ask you about the partnership with the Wolves and what they have done to maybe help support you and many others too.
Yeah, they've been incredible. They provide funding, which really helps fulfill our mission. Without the funding, there's nothing we can do. 75% of our operating income comes from donors and our corporate partners. Without that, obviously, we would not be able to do what we do. So the Wolves have been a great partner from that perspective. Getting us here and helping us get animals adopted is also another incredible thing to do. And we're working with the Wolves right now to get some of their players out to the shelter to do some volunteer work as well. Cool, And it's always good. You know, we could always use volunteers. That's one of the things that actually a majority of the work that's done at our shelter is done by our volunteers.
Yeah, many people call hockey players animals too, but they associate very well. But the guys love dogs. It's well known.
It is.
A lot of the guys have dogs. I just want to get these facts. Last January, when there was an adopted dog, 24 dogs got adopted, and the total for the Wolves now is 1,671. Pretty good numbers.
It's a great number. It really is. Every dog that gets adopted out of these events is just a miracle to us.
Sure, it is cool. We have a couple of graphics we're going to show you, social service programs, and I really like this, and you can maybe explain through these three topics here, which are very special, obviously, to you and what you guys do.
Right. So our Constant Companion program is designed specifically for people that have pets that may have been laid up due to, let's say they go in for surgery, and it's a major surgery, and they got to be off their feet for 6 to 8 weeks. So during that time, what we do is send volunteers into the home so that they can keep the pet. We'll take care of the pet, we'll take them to their vet appointments, we'll take them to groomers, whatever we have to do to try to help them. And it's great because we work with a lot of healthcare companies, and in doing so, we're also kind of a second set of eyes to keep an eye on that individual and kind of evaluate. If we see something that doesn't look right, we can contact them, and then they'll come out and do a wellness check on the individual. Our STAR program, it's really unique. So it's short-term animal refuge, and that's designed to help people in domestic violence situations or some sort of crisis. During the pandemic, as we were talking earlier, there was a lot of domestic violence. Because people were together in homes with each other 24/7, right? And they weren't used to that. And what happens in that situation when there's a pet involved, a lot of the person who's being basically abused will not leave that situation because they are concerned about what's going to happen to the animal. So what we've done is set up this program where we work with local shelters that when somebody comes in with a pet, if they will not let the pet in, they'll call us and we'll send an emergency foster out to pick them up, and we'll foster that dog for no cost to the individual until they're in a safe environment, and then we'll be able to reunite them with them.
Unbelievable. MVP was the last one, which is pretty special, too.
It is. MVP is great now. It's interesting because the state of Illinois just passed a law, basically, that any military veteran that comes to a shelter to adopt, we waive their fees. So there's no fee at all.
Very nice.
Prior to that, we would do a 50% off for all veterans and then offered additional services for them to be able to come in and volunteer. So when they have a pet, it also helps them deal with a lot of the PTSDs that they have when they come back.
Yeah, yeah.
So it really helps them to re-engage into the community and into society in a way that
Amazing what pets do.
I'm telling you, it's incredible.
Lastly, guiding principles: respect, protect, and connect. I love that too. It's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
So what we've got for respect means obviously respect every animal.
Sure.
And that carries over to individuals as well. So that goes both ways. Again, it's people and animals is how we refer to it. Protect. We want to do everything we can to protect animals, whether they're domestic or wild. So we have a whole wildlife division that will rescue, rehabilitate, and re-release animals into the wild. Last year we did over 3,800 animals under that program. And connect. It's those connections we were just talking about, how people and animals connect so well together. So one of the things, if I can just give you a really short story.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So when I got my second COVID shot back in the day, the second shot was always the one that would wipe you out. So my dog literally laid next to me on the bed when I was completely out. Laid next to me, I got up to go to the bathroom. He followed me to the bathroom, wait outside the door, followed me back to bed. I went downstairs to get something to eat. He'd follow me, sit right next to me. So he knew I was hurting. So that's the connection that people make with animals.
Yeah,
it really does.
Yeah.
And they really improve your life. They really do.
Absolutely agree. Again, animals make us better. Greg, thanks for joining us. Have a great night tonight.
Thank you so much.
We'll be back with more of the second intermission after this.